Hello and welcome back to my channel and the final week of the Seek, Gather and Create challenge for this time round anyway. An art scavenger hunt that I run over on Instagram with my co-hosts Tina and Laura. Each week throughout February we've been asking you to seek and gather 4 items and then to make something with them. Could be anything. This final week we asked you to find a zigzag, a pocket, something that flies and something pink. I never know quite what I'm going to do. I've just gathered some bits and we'll see what happens. So for my pocket, I've got this cute little denim pocket from a pair of kids' jeans. For something that flies, I found this moth, which is a temporary tattoo. I've got zigzags in that I've got the zigzag trim here. I've also got a zigzag stencil. I was also thinking possibly using a zigzag stitch on my sewing machine. And then for something pink, I picked out this scrap with a bit of pink and I pulled out some pink. This is rose coloured acrylic paint. So initial thoughts were that I would create a little tag to go inside the pockets and maybe decorate the pocket as well. That's why I've cut out this piece of chipboard, just because I think that's probably a good size and it kind of fits with my moth here as well. So I might work on the tag first and go from there. So let's grab a glue stick and stick this piece. This is just a leftover, I don't know, jelly print or something from a different project. It just had that pop of pink which stood out to me. I'll get that down. And then let's grab, I want to get rid of the sort of chipboard colour, so this is titanium white. Let's just get in there with our fingers today and slap some of that on. It's been really great seeing everybody's different interpretations as always. Everyone always kind of thinks out the box, and I love seeing how everybody takes the prompts and all the different wonderful things that you all create with them. So thank you to everybody who's participated again this round. And if you're only just coming across the challenge, then there's no reason you can't still go back and have a go and have a look at the prompts and see what you'd like to create with them. We usually run the challenge twice a year, so in the winter and in the summer, so it'll be back again around August time. So got rid of that bit of brown. Maybe pop in some of this rose, add a pop more pink in top. And then maybe grab our stencil and hang on, I'm going to give it a quick dry first. Okay, I've grabbed some Distress Ink vintage photo because I'm thinking I'm going to put the moth. And if I go for something bold like black or something, you wouldn't see the moth, so I'm just going to try and put a subtle stencil of a zigzag down. This stencil's a bit floppy. So, oh, we got one. Yeah, cool. All right. So I'm thinking to put the moth down on there. This is a temporary tattoo, so I've forgotten how these work again. How did it work again? Oh yes, I take that plastic off, pop it down on my surface, and then I need some water to dampen down the back and a sponge. So I've just got a damp sponge and I just dampen down the back of this. And hopefully we'll get a good transfer of it. Let's just lift it and see if it's coming away. Ooh. Maybe I'll use a brush. Just to really make sure I get the moth shape. There we go. Marvellous. Love it. I'm going to give that a quick dry, and what I will do is just put a layer of matte medium over the top just to seal it in place. So just be back in a minute. That's all dry, and I've just chopped a little bit of my zigzag trim. I'm thinking I'll pop that there. I really like that, how that's looking. I'm thinking I might want some stitching or something on it. What I might do is grab an awl and just pierce some holes along the top and just put some stitching in, make it a little bit more interesting, and then we've got to figure out how or what we want to do with the pocket so we can pop it in there. Okay. Alright, I've pierced some holes across the top and I've just got myself some black thread, and I'm thinking I just want some loose stitching along the top, so I'm not going to pull it tight, and I'm just going to try and keep it random, so going between the different holes, not pulling it tight, so just keeping it all kind of loose and scrappy. Alright, I really like adding these kind of loose stitches at the moment. It's a current obsession of mine. Don't know why, I just really like how it looks. Ow, got my finger. Okay, I'm going to just loop that round the back and put a knot in it. Oops, it's come undone. Fiddly. Okay, I really like how that's looking. I think I want to take that back a little. Don't know why, just do. Think about what to go on the back. Think about our pocket. So I could do some more stenciling with our pink. So let's grab let's just move our tag at the moment and grab my sidekick here, grab some of that pink paint. Where's that sponge that I had? Where's it gone? Aha. Okay. So I'm thinking to to actually put a zigzag straight down onto our pocket. Straight down onto the denim. Hopefully that looks okay. I think that looks okay. We want another. I think so. I'm going to do another. We can always. Doesn't matter them going over the buttons. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, we'll leave that like that, give it a dry, and then decide what else we want to add to it. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize the camera was not recording. I dried it and then I started outlining, and then I grabbed a paint pen because I just felt it was a little dark. So I was just filling it in with a little bit of a lighter pink, which I think looks a bit better. I'm trying to keep it sort of slightly scruffy looking, so it's not perfect. So it looks kind of slightly worn. I think that looks cool with the bit darker pink underneath. And then I pulled out another bit of that zigzag trim, and I thought maybe of having that along the edge there. Along that stitching. Something like that. I'm liking that. So just want to put something on the back of my tag just to cover that, and maybe a word or two. Yeah. Okay, I just found a piece of this sort of old leisure that I think I'll pop on there. I've just cut it down to size. My glue stick on. Like that. Let me just get some of the vintage ink around the edges. Okay, just to give it a back that's a bit more interesting. And then, do we want anything else? So we've got something pink, we've got something that flies, we've got a zigzag, we've got a pocket, so we've got all our elements. And here's how that looks in there. I think just a word maybe, and that makes that little project done. All right, just found the words from an old book, You Never Know. I don't know why, but I just quite like that. It sort of jumped out at me. And so there we have my final project for the Seek, Gather, Create challenge. Ooh, not in camera. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Again, thank you all for joining in. Thank you to, excuse me. Thank you to my co-hosts, Tina and Laura, as always. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye. Just a quick addition. After I finished the video, I decided to lighten up a few areas and add a little bit more stitching to my piece, and I think that works even better. So I thought I'd just pop on and show you it now finished. So again, thanks for watching. Take care.